This is Hot Toys' Rebel Base store. It has a very vibrant shop front that's dominated by Cosbabies. This was a bit of a surprise to me. There's not much here that screams Hot Toys, but this is what you're looking for when visiting Rebel Base. At the moment, they're running a Halloween theme across the store. I did visit the store in mid-November, just for context. Walking in, it's a very bright and colourful store with a very different aesthetic to Secret Base. As we walk in, we have a range of Cosbabies, and this display case at the front was actually empty. I visited just when the shop was opening at 11 AM, so I guess they were still setting things up. So let's do a walkthrough of everything in the store. I'm guessing everything here is from the Cosbabies line. I do think that big Batman is kind of cute. Here we have the Warriors of the Future Tyler and Johnson figures that are available for sale. That sign is placed throughout the store when items on display are available to purchase. In a store like Rebel Base, there are a lot more Hot Toys figures available to buy compared to Secret Base, where it's more about pre-ordering and seeing the huge collection of figures they have on display. There's lots of Cosbabies. I never realised just how many Cosbabies Hot Toys had made. I have no idea if people actually buy these, or are they seen more as a kid's toy? It's quite an extensive line with Marvel, DC and Star Wars. Coming across to the middle of the store, this is the newly released Batman Beyond exclusive black and gold suit, which is still available in Hong Kong. I actually think it looks cool. You could do something interesting with this. It could be a centerpiece within a Batman shrine in your collection. I will say these stores are a little bit hard to film with the lights and reflections, but I'm doing my best to show you all the cool stuff they have. Spoiler, there is a lot of Nightmare Before Christmas merchandise, and the same goes for Deadpool and Wolverine. There is a lot of general merchandise from this movie in Secret Base, Rebel Base, and Echo Base. Here we can see more of the non-6 scale items available for sale. We've got cushions, Cosbabies, light boxes, bags, a lot of things like that. These aren't hugely of interest to me. I'd much rather see more Hot Toy specific merchandise in store. It is what it is, and I guess these items mean that the store has things available for sale to suit a range of different budgets. Here we have some DC figures, and I love the way Batman and Robin have been posed. I'm totally stealing that one. They're next to Golden Armor Wonder Woman, Black Suit Superman, and Nightmare Batman. Next, we have the Batman XC suit. That's a really imposing figure. Aquaman, Blue Bale Man, Wonder Woman 84, the two Harley figures from Birds of Prey, and King Shark, which I do think is a good looking figure. Then we come down to the Justice League, and once again, we're seeing some awesome poses from the Hot Toys staff. That running pose for Flash looks great. Overall, it's a really good looking set of figures. And rounding things out, the quarter scale Dark Knight and Joker. That's the newer QS19 with that really cool diorama base. We then have the Bat Pod with Batman and the Bat. Here we have a first look at some of the figures available to purchase. We have RoboCop, Black Adam, Kamen Riders, Warriors of the Future, Catwoman, the Batman, Buzz Lightyear, Back to the Future, Batman Forever, Johnny Silverhand, and the Two-Face 2.0, which I did actually buy. That was a steal at just $100 US. Here we have some more available figures just stacked around the counter. There's some older figures which you can still get in Hong Kong, which have been reduced in price, but are still amazing figures. There's definitely bargains to be had. Here we have some more Star Wars merchandise. I did think the plush hoverboard was cool if you're into that kind of thing. Here's some more Star Wars bits and pieces. And then the second part of the counter showing more of the figures that are available to buy. And here is some of the branded merchandise that I really liked. I picked up one of the Hot Toys hats, keyring, and pins. I absolutely loved them. As you can see, there are a lot of random bits and pieces you can buy at Rebel Base. A lot of Deadpool and Wolverine, and even a Neon Tech Iron Man umbrella. Did you spot that? Here we move into some Star Wars figures. Ahsoka, Boba Fett on the throne, Bo-Katan, the Blurg, quite a few figures that are still available to buy at the store, as well as some older, I'm guessing, original trilogy figures. Here's a quick look at the selection of Star Wars figures that were available to buy in store. There's quite a variety there. We've got some more Star Wars Cosbabies and Marvel plushies there, as well as some of the different gauntlets from Endgame. Now we move into what is a must-have at any Hot Toy store, an Iron Man display. It was cool to see items like the gantry in person. I knew that thing was big, but I didn't realise how big until I saw it here at Rebel Base. It's definitely an amazing centerpiece for an Iron Man collection. There's the suit-up version of the Mark V. We also have the Mark VII from the Avengers. One of the War Machine figures is there up the back. That looks really cool. I only have 3 Iron Man figures, so I enjoyed this opportunity to see more of them, and in particular, these quarter-scale figures. They're very imposing. I have quarter-scale Dark Knight figures, so I know the extra detail that comes with the larger scale. Coming back to the middle of the store, we have 2 of the metallic troopers. They look super vibrant, and I'm sure there are a lot of Star Wars fans excited for these. Now we'll take a look at some of the Marvel figures available for sale. We have War Machine, Iron Patriot, Iron Strange, figures from the Eternals, Black Widow movie, What If, Loki, No Way Home, WandaVision. There's quite a lot of MCU figures there. Here we have another Star Wars figure on display. I think this is the Clone Commander Scorch. Here we have a Marvel display with some cool figures that I am much more familiar with. I love that wasp pose, and I'm totally stealing it for my A-Force display. There's some great looking figures here. The Marvel line has generally been so strong for Hot Toys, and there's my girl Carol Danvers at the back. And then we move into the Endgame figures. I know a lot of people don't like that Hulk, but I have it and think it's pretty good. We've got Thanos, the Big Three, Rescue, Black Widow, Hawkeye, 3 figures that I think are a little bit underrated. We've got Iron Spider up the back. And speaking of Spider-Man, we have some Miles Morales figures here. Once again, the posing on these figures from the Hot Toy staff is so impressive. And we've got some of the video game line figures here. If you're into Spider-Man, I hope some of this footage has given you some posing inspiration for your collection. I've really enjoyed looking at these. And over here, more figures for sale from movies like Endgame, Thor Love and Thunder, Spider-Man No Way Home. I have to say, I was surprised that there appears to be a lot of stock of the No Way Home villains available in stores. Here we have some t-shirts. They were just random character t-shirts. I would have loved some Hot Toys t-shirts. I thought that would have been cool. And then this Iron Man figure that in my haste, I originally walked past and forgot to film. So here are some photos of Tony from when I came back to visit the store again the next day. The benefit of coming back to the store was that the empty display case that was there when I first walked in had been filled with Star Lord and Groot from Guardians 3. So here's a quick look at them as well. So that's a quick walk around Rebel Base. It's located inside Harbour City, which is a huge shopping mall. There's a lot more content coming from my trip to Hong Kong. Drop me a sub so you know when my store tour of Echo Base and video covering the figure shopping scene in Hong Kong go live. Or click the video on screen to check out my tour of Hot Toys flagship store, Secret Base.